TV when I was a kid growing up, and now a word from our sponsor. I'm Jim Lundy, CEO of Alliance Bank of Arizona, and I'd like to congratulate NAU and the Business Outreach Center on their 41st Economic Outlook Conference. And I think this is the 5th year we've been the sponsor, and we're real pleased to be a part of that partnership. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge Flagstaff Mayor Jerry Neighbors. Jerry's been a good leader of this community, but he's been a great friend to Michelle and me and our family for over 40 years. So I want to thank him and thank him for his service to the community, and also to congratulate incoming Mayor Coral Evans and the others who ran successful races in northern Arizona. And I'd also like to thank somebody who's been a good colleague of mine for many years, Sherry's Executive Vice President of our bank, Sherry Slayton. She got the bank on the map here in Flagstaff, has done a great job, and actually has performed a variety of roles, and now has a wider role within Alliance Bank, within Western Alliance three-state footprint. So this is a good opportunity to introduce somebody to you who I know most of you already know, but Greg Sampson is now the head of our bank in northern Arizona. He's a great leader and a great banker, and I know a good friend and neighbor to many here. And I'd like to thank NAU President Rita Cheng for her leadership. She has enabled our partnership to flourish in this conference, to once again be a sold-out, sort of must-attend event for northern Arizona and many state business leaders. Every year, I think this conference gives us a lot of great insight. In light of current events, I think you'll agree with me that the country needs more than ever a thoughtful, engaged citizenry. I think on a personal level, I join most people in the country, no matter which side of the election you were on. I think the outcome surprised many of us. But what it sort of reflects, as I think about it, it does reflect the deep frustration with our political and major economic institutions, Washington and Wall Street, and their failure to really grapple with and address the fundamental problems facing our country and our economy. And bringing those kind of ideas down to this conference. Every year, Elliot Pollock, Dr. Ronald Gunderson, and Dr. Dennis Foster, they have been laying out in really entertaining fashion sort of the economic drivers and explanation for the region, the state, the country. And sometimes they lay out some economic frustrations and some bad news. And I think in this election cycle, those frustrations have led the country to choose Donald Trump as a change agent. And so I think that, again, no matter which side of the political divide we find ourselves in this country, change is necessary. And so we all need to look at ourselves in the mirror and figure out how we, in our own job, in our community, in our state, however we interact, how can we be agents of this positive change? I have kind of a unique perspective in my day job, about change. Alliance Bank, as many of you know, is part of one of the fastest growing bank holding companies in the country, Western Alliance Bancorp, and it's led by Robert Sarver. He's best known to the general public as the general partner, the general manager of the Phoenix Suns, and I know that the Suns have been disappointing in the last few years. But I can tell you that Robert is a very engaged banker and a contrarian. We often go in a different direction, sometimes a completely opposite direction, in an industry that is sort of characterized by a lot of people going in the same direction. And that willingness to look at things from a different perspective has really propelled our growth. Western Alliance Bancorp was just in the last 3 months named one of the top 10 best banks in the country by Forbes magazine, and also one of Forbes' 100 fastest growing countries. companies. And Alliance Bank is a huge part of Western Alliance Bancorp, and our growth here has sort of mirrored the holding company's growth. We were a startup with 2 offices and no loans and no deposits in February of '03, and there were 70-something banks doing business in the state then. Today there are 60-something banks. There was a few missteps during the financial crisis. But we're now number 4 in terms of deposit share, and that's pretty remarkable over 14 years. And we were able to accomplish that by sort of a deep commitment and understanding of what drives the Arizona economy and our focus on being really relevant to business leaders and business owners in Arizona. And that sort of insight has propelled our growth during a time when many banks were shrinking and were staying on the sidelines. And that openness to look at things from a different perspective, I think, has given us the opportunity to also to reach out to the community in broader ways. We, for example, really supported education as sort of our hallmark of how we get involved in the community, because we think there's such a direct link between education at all levels and ultimately a healthy economy. And so at each of your tables, there's a coffee table book with At Work in Arizona on it. And this book, we published it a couple of years ago, but it's really a compendium of the best of the art in our branches, because when we started the bank, we decided to be a business bank, and so we would celebrate commerce in Arizona from the early stages of our state to current customers. And so we published this book, and I referenced education, but we did it, we made it available for a $100 donation. They make great corporate gifts, but you can support one of a dozen key education nonprofits in our state. But today, speaking of gifts, at each table, one of your packets has a little insert in it talking about At Work in Arizona. And whoever packet has that insert in it, you can take the book home as our gift to you. So now I'm almost off the stage here. In light of our commitment to education, I'm very, very pleased. Boy, this is really cool. We're giving away this book. The rest, anybody who wants a book for $100 can get it out. But now I have an opportunity to say another word about NAU President Vita Chamber. She's a first-generation, non-traditional college graduate. She believes firmly that making higher education accessible and affordable for all students. She set forth a vision of excellence in education through student-centered teaching, a robust research environment, and inclusive support services, and focuses on success measured through retention and graduation rates. Please welcome to the stage the 16th President of Northern Arizona